I've brought The Undertaker back down from the shelf for part 2. He is currently standing on the self-destruction of the Ultimate Warrior, a Brock Lesnar DVD, Shawn Michaels story, and all the WrestleManias I'm going to talk about in this particular video from 25 to 32. Well, talk about his appearances at WrestleMania. As I said in part 1, I can't edit these videos, so forgive me if I take breaks now and again. Now, I was at WrestleMania 25 for what I consider The Undertaker's greatest WrestleMania match ever, against Shawn Michaels. 5 stars out of 5. They tried to top it at WrestleMania 26, but I don't think they succeeded. It was still a very good match in the main event, but I'm going to give their sequel 4 stars out of 5. Next was the second time he faced Triple H at WrestleMania 27. I think this match is slightly overrated. I think it was their least best out of the 3 they had at WrestleMania. But I would still give it a solid 3 stars, almost 4 stars out of 5. A year later, I think they had their best WrestleMania match, which included the Hell in a Cell and Shawn Michaels as special guest referee. And this was another time during a Triple H Undertaker encounter where I thought the streak was over. I made a video about it when it took place in 2012, years ago, on one of my other channels. And when Shawn Michaels super kicks The Undertaker, then The Undertaker goes into a pedigree from Triple H. I really thought that was going to be 19-1. It'd have been quite the ending, but I'm kind of glad. Well, I am glad it didn't end there, because I don't think Triple H deserves that honor of being the conqueror of The Undertaker's streak. But it was a very pulse-pounding match, entertaining. 4 stars out of 5 from me. Actually, I'm going to give it 5 stars out of 5. I think it deserves 5 stars out of 5. Not quite as good as the one I saw in person, but it was a very, very entertaining, pulse-pounding match. WrestleMania 29 was his match against CM Punk. WrestleMania 29 was a fairly dud WrestleMania, but the match he was in with CM Punk was the match of the night. But it wasn't his greatest WrestleMania match he's been in. I think by this point, The Undertaker was really past his prime and it was really starting to show. I would give it 4 stars out of 5. Next was that the most shocking moment in WrestleMania 30 history was when this man, Brock Lesnar, conquered The Undertaker's winning streak and created the most shocking moment in WrestleMania history. The Undertaker went 21-1. I thought the referee had made a mistake when it all went down. I was shocked like that guy in the front row. I think this could have been... Now, it was one of the most shocking moments in WrestleMania history, moment-wise. The match rate would have got 2 stars out of 5 for me, but could you imagine if they had parts of their SummerSlam match in this match and part of their Hell in a Cell match in this match? If you had like the start of SummerSlam 2015 where Brock Lesnar clotheslines The Undertaker right at the start when he's still got his hat and jacket on, and then they also have that moment where they both sit up in the middle and they're both laughing at each other. And then you insert the WrestleMania 30 ending of the most shocking moment that ever happened at WrestleMania and what's ever happened watching wrestling in my lifetime. And you have Paul Heyman do the same thing. You did it, Brock, and the crowd being shocked. I think if that had went down, it would have been one of the greatest matches of WrestleMania history in my wee fantasy booking land. Anyways, I believe The Undertaker got concussed early in the match. And like I said with CM Punk, I think Undertaker was a bit past his prime by 29, so it was really starting to show, and the concussion did not help things. Next, a year later, he faced Bray Wyatt, the current, what is it title called now? WWE Championship. They always change the titles. It's sometimes called the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I think it's just called the WWE title at the moment. He'll be facing Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Bray Wyatt, this was basically extended job match, if I remember right. I've only watched it once. The Undertaker looked a bit like his self at WrestleMania 10. He was short hair, looked a bit like the biker Taker again, and I liked the biker Taker. I didn't like it as much as the old school Taker, but I did like it. Anyway, he managed to pick up a victory at WrestleMania 31, but I didn't think it was a very good match. I'm going to give it 3. It had some memorable spots in it, and I'm going to give it 3 stars out of 5. Then there was his latest WrestleMania match with Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 32, which had one big spot in it, which Michael Cole ruined. You know, you could see him reading off the script. For the love of mankind, it was garbage from Michael Cole. I've never been a big fan of Michael Cole's commentary work. But that's another video for another time. I thought the match itself just didn't work. It was sort of a weird match to take place. I mean, there wasn't really any real reason why Undertaker would be fighting Shane McMahon. It was all thrown together last minute, I think. Just like this year's Shane McMahon match with AJ Styles has been thrown together. But yeah, this was probably one of the Undertaker's worst WrestleMania matches. I think if you had now I love Shane McMahon, but I think he is past his prime, and I think if the Undertaker had like an AJ Styles of an opponent, he could have pulled off a great match here. But no, his match with Shane McMahon wasn't that great. So that's my thoughts on all Undertaker's matches at WrestleMania. This was part 2 of that. I've talked about his current feud with Roman Reigns a lot on my other channels. I think he will go 23-2, but for the time being, The Undertaker is quite the impressive legacy at WrestleMania 23-1. And also, before I click away this video, there's a lot of negative thoughts, well, some negative thoughts about Brock Lesnar being the one and then now 23-1 at the moment. But I thought if the streak, there's a part of me that wanted the streak to go on forever because I think The Undertaker deserved that. But there's another part of me that wanted to see the fans' reaction if the streak did end. And I've got to say, if someone had to do it, that guy was Brock Lesnar. He's one of my all-time favorites. I think he's a once-in-a-lifetime performer, and he's a legit badass. You know who better than Brock Lesnar to conquer the streak? And you know, it was nice. It was a surreal moment watching it, and I'm glad it was Brock Lesnar because remember, Brock Lesnar's second run in the company was almost ruined by WWE. They had him jobbed to John Cena, Extreme Rules 2012, and then Triple H beat him at WrestleMania 29. I mean, Brock Lesnar really needed a big win, and he got it at WrestleMania 30, and he went on this monster run. But yeah, I think Brock Lesnar was the guy to be the one, and now 23-1. I don't think Roman Reigns deserves to be the second guy, but we'll see how it goes at WrestleMania 33.